the perfect amount of extra for me. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jasmine. If you're new here, please be sure to subscribe because I would love to have you here. I'm excited just to do a get ready with me with you guys and just try a whole bunch of makeup. I've received so much PR lately and I just wanted to get glam and just have fun beating this face, okay, to perfection with you guys, alright? So that's pretty much the vibes for today. We're just gonna get creative, have a good time. So make sure you guys get comfortable, grab your snacks, grab your matcha. You already know the deal. And yeah, let's dive into today's video. Okay, perfect. Now that we're a little bit more up close and personal, I'm gonna start off by prepping my eyes for eyeshadow, and I'm just gonna be taking this Rare Beauty concealer. It's my favorite concealer at the moment besides the Dior one. You guys already know I love that one too. And I'm gonna take the shade 400W, and I'm just gonna apply some of that on my eyelid. And then I'm just gonna be picking up this brush. This is by Sephora. It's their Airbrush Pro Concealer Brush. This is by far my favorite brush to go ahead and prep my lid, as well as blending out the concealer that I use around my brows. So I'm just going ahead with that, and as you can see, that was so easy to blend out, literally perfection. So I'm gonna do the same on the other eye. And then I'm just gonna take this NYX brush. This is for bronzing and contouring. It's their 05 brush, but I'm gonna use it and pick up some of my Laura Mercier powder just to set the eyes, because I personally prefer to have a matte base before I go ahead and do my eyeshadow. So for eyeshadow today, I'm going to be taking this Too Faced palette. This is their Born This Way Sunset Stripped palette. Now when it comes to the look, the vision that I have today is drama, is extraness. So I hope you guys are cool with that. I'm definitely going to come through with the more easier glam, so don't worry. But today I just want to have fun and be creative like I mentioned. So I'm going to start off bold, and I'm gonna go in with this dark brown shade right over here. It's called Cocoa Glow. So I'm gonna go in with that, picking that up on my Sigma Blending E25 Max Blending Brush. I really want to do a dramatic cut crease situation today, so I'm just gonna blend it out like that. This is definitely gonna be one of those trust the process moments, okay guys? Alright, so we are looking all kinds of crazy right now. And I might have been silent for a minute because I gotta focus when it comes to a cut crease, alright? I haven't done one in a while and I just really want this to turn out to be chef's kiss. So I'm gonna go now with my handy dandy, you guys already know the drill, Sigma eyeshadow base in the shade Persuade, my go-to, my home skillet biscuit for prepping my eyes, alright? If I haven't put you guys onto this by now with how many years I've been mentioning this eyeshadow base, I don't know what to tell you, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead with that. And what I'm gonna do is just get a good amount on my lid, because right after this I feel like I really want to go in with like a shimmer. I don't want to go for matte vibes today on the lid. And then I'm just gonna blend that out first with the Sephora Pro Concealer 45 brush and just spread out that product on my actual eyelid, and then I will be going with a more precise brush to really cut that cut crease. So now continuing with the same eyeshadow base, I'm gonna be more precise and pick up this Sigma brush. It doesn't honestly have a name on it. Oh, no, I lied. It's an E65 small angled brush. So I'm just gonna go ahead and just carve out the cut crease until I'm happy with it, basically. Okay, I feel like I'm happy with how they look right now. At the end of the day, the biggest goal that I would tell you guys if you're trying to try a dramatic cut crease look, think of it the same way that you do your brows. You know how they always say your eyebrows are sisters, not twins? Kind of think of it that way. As long as you can get it as close as you can and you continue to work on that technique, I feel like that's all that matters. And of course, just having fun with it. So now I'm gonna go ahead and pop in that beautiful shimmer on the lid. And I really wanna go for this shade right over here. It is Calling song, my name, when I look at it in the palette, it's just so pretty, and I really hope it looks as gorgeous on the lid. We shall see. I guess today's video in a way is a first impressions too, because I'll be trying a lot of new products. So I'm gonna take this shade, and it's called Sandy Cheeks. Why does that remind me of Sandy from SpongeBob? But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and pick up some of that and just start to pop it on the lid. Oh my god. Okay, fair warning, the fallout is disrespectful. So what I'm gonna do is definitely tap the excess off before I try to pop it in. But this is why I say do your eyes first, sis, so you don't have to worry about these problems, okay? I just want to take a moment of silence for that shimmer though. I hope it's coming up on camera, but it looks like a little, like a twinkle, and I actually really like those eyeshadows now that look more twinkly on the lid, if that even makes sense, instead of just like an intense pigment. I kind of like that sparkle, that iridescent look on the eyes more, honestly. I think it's so much more beautiful. So I'm just gonna continue to pop that all over the lid just like that. Oh, and the brush that I'm taking is by Sigma as well. This is their E55 eye shading brush, and I actually do have a promo code with Sigma Beauty as well, so make sure you guys go ahead and check them out because they have some amazing products. Their brushes blend like a dream, and if you're looking to get some good quality brushes that are gonna last you ages, definitely go check out Sigma. Okay, I just went ahead and wiped away the fallout. I went in with my Marcella water from CeraVe. This is actually my favorite Marcella water to use on my skin, especially when I'm doing makeup and I have excess fallout that I want to clean up. I feel like it's so gentle on my skin. It doesn't cause irritation. Kind of felt like some of the other ones I tried in the past were kind of irritating and burning my skin, but this one right here is their hydrating Marcella water. For those of you with sensitive skin, you're gonna really like this, especially if you film a lot of content like me and you want to just get rid of the debris. It comes in handy. Or honestly, just anybody who is doing like an intense look, it definitely comes in handy. So with that being said, I really want to do kind of like an eyeshadow wing liner to meet, you know, the cut crease right over here, if that makes sense. So I'm gonna take the same dark brown shade, Cocoa Glow, from the Too Faced palette, and I'm just picking it up on this sharp brush. Honestly, it doesn't even have a name on it, but this is what it looks like. I'm just going to basically create that line. We're just mimicking a wing liner, but we're gonna build that color pigment with eyeshadow basically. And I love to do this because I feel like if you're someone who is not really good with using liquid wing liner, you know, kind of finessing it and creating eyeliners with eyeshadow is a lot easier to manage. It gives you a lot more control. Don't worry about what it looks like at the end because we're gonna clean that up after too. My main focus is this inner line right here. And like I said again, don't mind the fallout. I'm being hella careless with the fallout right now because I know I'm just gonna wipe it off in 2.5 seconds. But if you're a base before eyes type of girl, definitely make sure you tap off the excess for sure. And then with another fine tip brush, this is by Spectrum. It's their A17 brush. You know what? Let me wipe that off a bit because we be looking like a hot mess. Okay, as I was saying, I'm gonna go in with this shade right here, and it's called Black Sands. And what I want to do is add just a little bit of black into that line just to make it more extra. This is me just doing the most and playing around with our liner, if that makes sense. Alright, so I'm taking this Sigma Beauty Dream Flat Definer brush, and this is what I like to use to clean up my brows as well. And then I'm going to take some of that Rare Beauty concealer in the shade 400W, and I'm just going to shape this to how sharp I want it to be. And now that we have that cleaned up, I can go ahead and blend out this part a little more so it doesn't look as harsh, you know what I mean? So we're just gonna take another clean brush and just blend out the top. So now that we have that done, I'm gonna go ahead and do the exact same steps on the other side and be right back. Alright guys, I'm back. The other eye is done, and you can't tell me this look isn't giving perfection, that it's not giving drama, okay? That it's not giving what we needed it to give. I kind of pinned my hijab back a little bit because I want to dive into complexion, so I want more space so that we don't get any stains on our hijab, alright? So I'm gonna go in with this primer from Urban Decay, and this is their All Nighter Ultra Ultra Glow Face Primer. It's a dewy foundation grip, and it's meant to prep, soothe, and hydrate your skin. So since I've tried this before, I can give you guys a little bit more tea on my thoughts of it. I think their first primer was really good as well. I did feel like it was super hydrating on the skin too, but this one just adds so much hydration. Of course, it is a dewy primer, and it's just so good for those of us with dry skin. That's all I can say. So I'm gonna go ahead with some of that and just start to apply it to my skin. And as you can see, it's giving dewy, it's giving glow. But before we go in with foundation, I really want to do a little bit of color correcting. So I'm going to be taking this color corrector from Sigma. This is my first time trying it, so I'm really excited to try out a new color corrector. This is their Spectrum Color Correcting Duo. I'm going to be taking the shade Dark to Deep. And as you can see, it has 2 shades right over here. I'm going to go in with this lighter shade because I'm not sure if I need it to be that dark of an orange, but we shall see once we apply it onto the skin. And I'm just going to pick it up on this flat brush from Sigma as well. This is their Sigma x Beauty Bird brush, and it's their Dream Ultimate Shader brush. And then I'm just gonna start to pack that underneath the eye. Yeah, I think that's a perfect shade for me. So I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. And I really like to bring my color corrector on this area of my chin because I kind of have like some hyperpigmentation on the sides here, right above my lip, as well as the outer corner of my lip. Alright, so next we're gonna dive into foundation, and it's also a foundation that went hella viral on TikTok, so you guys already know what I'm about to talk about, or you have an idea, okay? That is this foundation from NARS, okay? NARS is the GOAT when it comes to complexion products in my eyes, and this is their light reflecting foundation. I'm in the shade Medium 2.6, and I think how you pronounce the name is Wahine. If I said it wrong, I had no idea how to pronounce this. I had to Google it, and that's what's coming up for me when it comes to the pronunciation. So if I butchered it, I'm sorry guys, but I'll link my shade below, okay? Don't come for me. So I'm gonna go ahead with a few pumps. I'm actually gonna try it on a brush first so you can see what the coverage is like with a brush application, and then I'll also just buff it out with my beauty blender like I always do. So I'm just taking a good amount on each side. Excuse me? Do you guys see how flawless that just blended into the skin? This is my favorite brush, by the way, to blend out my foundation. It's by e.l.f. This is their Complexion Duo brush. Guys, that was like one pump and it gave me an insane amount of coverage. I think next time I'll probably go in with a little less product. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm just gonna take my beauty blender and just really blend that out on the sides of my face. I'm not gonna touch around my mouth because I want to keep the coverage there. So I think that looks perfect. I'm gonna go in with concealer now. I'm gonna be taking this one from YSL Beauty. This is their Triple Fix Full Coverage Brightening Concealer. I'm gonna be taking the shade TN3. So the first thoughts is, okay, love the packaging. I don't know if you guys can see. It's super cute. It's unique for sure. But the one thing I was a little irritated about earlier is why is it so hard to get the actual applicator out of the tube? As you guys can see, you gotta tug on it a little hard. And I feel like when you pull on it, then it's gonna like flake out some concealer in places that you don't need it to be. So I'm gonna try to be careful, but I just wish it wasn't as tight right there. But let's give this concealer a try. Let's see the coverage it's going to give, because I need me a full coverage vibe today just to complete the look. We are not on a sheer concealer vibe today. But first off, the color is perfect. This is definitely perfect for brightening up the under eye. I'm gonna put a little concealer on the chin as well. Just like that. I don't like to technically highlight my forehead because I feel like that just makes your forehead look bigger. I'm already team 5 head because, you know, I'm Somali, so we don't need to be making the forehead bigger, alright? So I'm just going to blend that out over here, and I really don't like the look of concealer on my nose either. I don't know, it's just not for me. So I'm just gonna go ahead and blend that out right there, just like that, and then blend it out underneath the eye. I honestly just want to see what it looks like when you first blend it out. Some concealers you need to let it sit for a second to get a more fuller coverage, but right now I just want to see what it looks like when you first blend it out, because let's be serious, some days you're in a rush and you ain't got time to let your concealer just sit, right? So I kind of want to see what we're dealing with here in regards to coverage on the first quick blend. I'm gonna do the same on the other side. So far, I love how it's sitting on my skin though. It is definitely dry skin friendly. I do not see any patchiness, any cakiness going on. It's a seamless blend. All right, so that is what it's looking like at first glance. I'm trying to get a little closer so you guys can see, as well as I'm trying to look in my mirror too. I really think it's really nice. To be fair, I also did go in with a color corrector, so if I did see any patchiness, I would have to test it out again without a color corrector because some products don't work and complement each other, you know what I mean? So it's not like I can go in with a quick cancellation, you know? But this concealer is flawless. Like, I actually really love how it's sitting on the skin. I'm gonna go in with another layer and let it sit for a few seconds to see the amount of coverage I get just right here, right in the inner corner of the eye, because that is where, you know, my darkcircles.com be coming through and nobody needs to know about that. So we're just gonna add a little more coverage there, and then I will be right back and we'll see what it looks like when we blend it out. All right, so I'm back and I've let my concealer sit for like a good 5 minutes. So I'm gonna go ahead and use my same beauty blender and just start to blend it out. Okay, it can definitely be a full coverage. It is giving. Okay, LYS Beauty, I see you. So far, every product that I have tried is working perfectly, thank God, because I did not want anything to mess up my vibes today. Like, I just wanted to film and get cute with you guys and not have any products to fail me and let me down. So I'm really happy today. Alhamdulillah, everything is working out perfectly. It's giving very much perfection. It's giving very much my face is beat to capacity. Okay, might put a little concealer on this side of my lip for a little more coverage. You know what? I might take a little concealer on my Cupid's bow as well for coverage sake, because this is where my foundation tends to oxidize the most. And I feel like around my lip area is still recovering from this burn that I got from the NAR cream that removes, you know, your facial hair. It really messed me up. I had a really bad allergic reaction to it. I don't know if you can tell, but I have like a lot of texture around my mouth area from that still, and it gave me a lot of hyperpigmentation. So I'm still trying to clear that up with determination and a lot of skincare. So now for setting powder, I'm actually gonna try this setting powder for the first time. This is by Dermablend, and this is their professional illuminating banana powder. And every time I hear banana powder, I already know it's gonna brighten up the under eye, and that's exactly what we need today, okay? We need a nice bright under eye to contrast with the dramatic smokiness that we have on our lids, you know? So I'm gonna be taking that, and it comes with like a really cute powder puff, so I might use that just to set today as well. And I just like to tap a good amount into the cap like that, as you can see, and then pick it up from there. Makes things a lot easier. Okay, and then you're gonna wanna make sure, of course, that you blend out any creasing, because once you set, there ain't no backsies, basically, okay? And that's exactly what we don't want. And then I'm just taking that sponge that came with the powder, and I love that the powder came with a powder puff. Like, I think that's so convenient, and it's really soft too. It's really nice. So I'm just gonna go ahead and set that under eye area. It is bright as hell though, so I hope it doesn't make our under eye look ashy. It is definitely bright. When they said banana, they were not playing. So I'm just gonna go ahead and blend the outer parts of that out. I actually want to just dust it all away to see what it looks like at first glance, because of course I'm gonna keep a little powder underneath the eyes while we're smoking out our lash line. I definitely see the illuminating aspect when I'm looking in the mirror. It set it really flawlessly. It does not look like it dried my under eye, so this is definitely giving very much beautiful. Yeah, I'm not mad at it. I am not mad at it at all. It looks really pretty, really, really pretty. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the exact same thing on the other eye. Okay guys, the more I look at this powder in the mirror, this shade is definitely for the girls who like that really bright under eye, if you know what I mean. It's another huge trend on TikTok. So actually what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back in with that powder and just take a little bit like that underneath the eye, because we're gonna smoke out our lash line and you wanna be able to capture that fallout so it doesn't mess up our complexion. I'm gonna go back in with that same dark brown shade from the Too Faced palette, this shade right over here. And again, it's called Cocoa Glow, and I'm gonna pick it up on just a small blending brush and just start to smoke out the lower lash line, basically. Pretty straightforward. So I'm just gonna speed through this part. And then I'm gonna go in with a little bit of the shade Black Sand as well, because you know how we went in with that dark black shade in the outer corner, so we might as well, you know, blend that in there. And I'm just gonna bring it halfway just so it meets the dark brown shade as well. And that's pretty much it for that step. I'm just gonna go ahead and dust away our setting powder now. Okay guys, I feel like I'm gonna go in with a little bit of setting spray just to refresh the face, because I really want some of this powder to blend into the skin. I'm gonna take my favorite makeup refresher. It's by Rare Beauty, and this is their Always an Optimist 4-in-1 mist. So I'm just gonna spray that all over my face. And I already feel like it toned down some of the powder. And then I'm gonna be taking this cute Patrick Ta fan that my friend Jenna gave me. Okay, thank you sis, I'm finally putting it to use. It's extra, it is so bougie. I don't know, I feel like it makes my makeup experience so much more luxurious, like yes. So I love to use this fan to like basically speed up the drying process for when I set my face, you know? So I'm just gonna go ahead and just fan out my face now. And that is my little fanning of the skin intermission moment. Maybe we should make this a whole thing in every video, like just a fanning your face moment, because it's the perfect amount of extra for me. Now that we have that set, I kind of feel like the setting powder blend into the skin like really nicely. We're gonna go in with bronzer now, and I'm gonna be taking this Fenty Beauty palette. This is their Sunstalker Face and Eye Bronzer Highlighter palette, and this is what the shades look like. And as you can see, it has every shade of their bronzers, and I use this shade right over here, which is called Coco Naughty. That is my favorite shade from the Fenty powder bronzer. But what I really like about this palette, I feel like it's really good for those who are makeup artists and just need all the shades in their kit. It's pretty convenient. But also for me, I think it's pretty genius because it can qualify as literally, like they said, face or eye palette, because you can use this as a matte eyeshadow palette as well as, you know, your complexion palette, which is really, really nice, especially like these lighter tones that you can use for like a nice matte moment on the eyes and then smoke it out with the more deeper shades. So I actually really like that and I cannot wait to use it. But yeah, like I said, I'm gonna go in with the shade Coco Naughty and just chisel out our cheeks, bring some snatchation into the vibes, okay? And I'm just picking some of that bronzer up on my Sephora Pro Contour 79 brush. And then to snatch up the nose, I'm just taking this Rifa 02 brush. I'm actually gonna go into blush right now. I'm actually gonna take this Laura Mercier blush. This is in the shade Grapefruit, and I have another Laura Mercier blush, and it's in the shade Rose. I can mix the shades to create like that perfect peachy hue. So first I'm gonna pick up that shade Grapefruit though, and I'm gonna take that on my Nabla Cheek Shaper brush. I'm going to mix in a little bit of that shade Rose. I think that's cute. And then I'm gonna go back in with some of my bronzer on the lower half and just blend them into each other. And of course, you guys don't have to follow this intense blush moment. This is literally just creative glam. Like, I wouldn't go outside with this makeup, guys. So don't be judging me right now for doing the most. This is definitely more IG and content for fun type of glam, you know? And then just taking the powder brush that I used earlier just to soften the blend on top of the blush. And then I'm just gonna do the same steps on the other side, mixing both blush shades, going in with a smaller amount this time so I don't play myself. And I really wanted to try this new blush trend where you bring it more higher up. I don't know if it's gonna be for me. I don't know if it's something I'm gonna do regularly, but I just wanted to try it because a lot of the times the more snatched blush moment you can't really see because my hijab will cover it sometimes. But I do prefer the more lifted blush moment, but that's the fun of the art of makeup. You can try different things all the time.
A few minutes later.
I'm having a lot of instant regrets over the blush. I feel like I definitely went too heavy-handed, and I kind of feel like this whole blending the blush into, you know, your nose area, it's just not for me. Like, I kind of feel like it's giving sunburnt, but that could be because I went in with too much as well. So I will give this trend another try another time. But right now I'm on damage control, okay? So I'm gonna be taking this NARS Light Reflecting Loose Setting Powder, and this is in the shade Shore. And I'm just gonna pick some of that up on a Sigma Soft Blend 60 brush. Pick up some of that powder and just start to set my area of my face here. I mean, this gives me a chance to use this powder for the very first time. I've never used it before, and just try to tone down that blush because right now it is giving very much scary and I'm a little nervous, so I'm gonna just tone that down a bit by hopefully going in with this powder because it does have a hue to it, so I'm hoping it will neutrify the blush, especially focusing on like this area. Like, I don't want that much blush right there. I'm gonna take this powder puff that I got off Amazon. I'm gonna use that to just snatch up the face like that, as well as to bring it right over here. I normally don't like to add a lot of powder right here because that's where I have the most texture, but since we're trying to tone down the blush, I'm gonna bring it up. I feel like this is turning into a very chaotic get ready with me because the blush just made me stressed. So now I feel like it's a very chaotic moment. I feel like I toned it down a lot, like compared to how it looked in the beginning. But now we're just looking really powdery. So I'm gonna set it and then see what it looks like, or just refresh the face. Going in with my Rare Beauty spray again. I'm just focusing that more on the lower half of my face. I'm gonna give that a minute to set and then we'll be back with more chaos, okay? All right, guys, so my battery died, but all I did was go ahead and put on some highlight when I really thought I was filming, so I apologize. But I really feel like the blush is not looking as crazy anymore. I feel like we recovered, okay? Never again. That routine is just not for me. For highlight, I went in with this new Charlotte Tilbury highlighter. This is their Pillow Talk Multi Glow in the shade Dream Light. And this is what it looks like. It's like a multi-tone highlight. So I went in mainly like with the center bronze shade because I wanted to stick to more bronzier tones on the cheeks. So we are done with the complexion. Overall, I love the light reflecting powder. Do you guys see how it mattified everything, but I don't look dry? So next we're gonna do the last finishing touches on our eyes and then go in with our lip combo, and this look will be pretty much a wrap. So I'm hoping once we go in with the last finishing touches, everything just ties in really beautifully in the end. And I'm gonna take this eyeliner from NARS. It's like a nice brown eyeliner on my waterline. This is their high pigment liner in the shade Mambo. Oh my gosh, guys, just like I said, this is a very chaotic get ready with me at this point because I forgot to put on mascara and I started putting on my lashes. What is my life? So we're gonna try this mascara on this eye and let's just go with it, okay? So we're gonna be taking this MAC mascara, and it actually went super viral on TikTok as well. And this is their Black Stack Mascara. Okay, so far I really like the wand and I'm kind of digging this mascara, but I feel like you guys can't really see what it's giving because I have such a smoky wing liner moment going on. So we're gonna try this again with a more simplistic eyeshadow look so you guys can get a proper feel of it. But what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna continue to apply it on my lower lash line. All right, guys, so lashes are fully on now. I went in with the style Poker Face from Velour Lashes, my favorite lash brand, as you guys know. And now I'm gonna go ahead and set my face with the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. This is their Vitamin C Citrus Flower Water Long Lasting Makeup Setting Spray for all day wear. I have been loving this. When I tell you it gives you a crazy dew, but it locks in your makeup for the day, which is perfect. Give me that glow, you already know. See, I just really love how that refreshes your face. It is so nice. So while that dries, I'm gonna go ahead with my lip combo of the day. I'm gonna start off with my Buxom lip liner. You guys know this is one of my faves. This is their Powerline Lip Plumping Liner in the shade Creamy Chocolate. And then next, I'm gonna be taking my Fenty Beauty Icon lipstick. This is in the shade Pose Queen. Alright guys, and this is the final lip, and I feel like it's perfect for this look. Like I told you guys in my previous Fenty video when I did the lip swatch, I already knew Pose Queen was gonna be one of my favorites for like a nice nude lip to match any makeup look because I just really love this shade on me. So yeah guys, this is the vibe. It's giving very much drama. It's giving the girls extraness. I really hope you enjoyed this shambolic, chaotic get ready with me. I mean, it was a little bit of in shambles, but I feel like I recovered, you know, in the end, and we got a cute moment from it, and that's it. Yeah, I can't complain. So thank you so much if you made it all the way to the end of this video. Overall, I feel like I really loved all of the products that I tried today. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to join the fam because I would love to have you here. And yeah, thank you again for watching. I appreciate you guys' support so much, and I'm wishing you nothing but the best. And like always, I'll see you in my next video.